House of Quality 3 follows the same pattern as House of Quality 1 and 2. Notice that the functional requirements from House of Quality 2 now are populated in the House of Quality 3 tab, and we'll take the same process whereby for each functional requirement we have at least one design requirement, perhaps more. So we're going to indicate what the design requirements are here in this location. Now recognize that we're talking about very specific design or design features, design elements, or design parameters, I suppose, if you're talking about a service, that are implementable. We're now giving the design team some very specifics in what the design should look like, not how it should function, but the actual criteria by which, or the feature by which, rather, we are going to meet the functional requirements. So once we lay the design requirements here, we then score them based on the 0, 1, 3, 9 correlation matrix or scoring matrix that we've seen. And then, of course, once we get the design requirements listed here, they will show up in this area, and then we can actually do our conflict matrix and see where, if any, we have conflicts. And then based on this, we pass those to the design team. It's, in many cases, or in some cases I should say rather, they are already involved at this point and are already thinking about various designs that can perhaps meet these requirements. As we saw in the Pew matrix, we can lay alternatives against one another and then decide what design best meets all of the customer requirements. But you can see now, you're starting to see how the design or elements of the design specified by the design requirements tie nicely to the functional requirements, which tie nicely to the critical to satisfaction, and then of course the high-level needs that the customer we first started out with. So this is again, it's a very nice compact tool that clearly links high-level customer requirements to the design itself, and you can see now why it's so important to get the customer needs clearly understood and validated from the customer, because that will drive the actual design itself.